It is the Unnamed Studios.
Still.
Maybe one day.
Maybe that's the name.
No Name Studio?
No Name Studio.
Ooh, I like that.
All righty then.
Here in downtown Guthrie, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you, and the world is a little bit of a buzz after, I didn't even know it was even on. Academy Awards or Oscars?
I didn't either. I haven't watched them in years. I don't know what they call them these days.
I don't know if it's Academy.
They should call it the grouping of spoiled, entitled adults.
Academy.
Okay.
Oh, joke at the Oscars after party. So it's the Oscars.
Oscars.
I know it's the 94th annual.
When's the last time you watched them?
I can't remember.
Yeah, me neither.
Can't
It's been
remember.
years.
So, of course, everybody is talking about the slap, the punch.
Oh, it wasn't a punch.
Okay,
it was not a punch.
We'll ease into that here in a second. So
that was not a punch.
Okay, so I think everybody knows the Will Smith, Chris Rock deal at the Oscars. We'll play it real quick. We are going to be friendly to our audience because there's a clip that came muted. So
we're using the G-rated version.
So
yeah.
let's take a look at it and then we will dissect it. So let's take a look at it.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
He's laughing.
Yeah, we'll break it down here in a second.
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
That's funny.
Oh, wow. Will Smith.
Okay. That part's edited on the audio. We're going to break it all down here in a second, but we want to show everybody the clip just in case you've been
under a rock.
Under a rock, yeah.
No pun intended.
Okay, this is Will Smith. You ever use this big, imagine being that lady behind Will Smith.
What's her face right now? What's her face? Right here.
Oh,
they cut it out.
Yeah.
That was a greatest night in the history of television.
Okay, so there it was. Okay.
I just want to start out by saying, thank God there's nothing serious going on in the world like record-breaking inflation, $5 gas, a war. I mean, I'm glad that we're spending time on something like this.
All right. So, okay, so the first thing that everyone's been talking.
Yeah.
Real or scripted?
Well, I thought it was scripted because Will Smith's laughing when he first tells a joke, but if you notice, Mrs. Pickett?
Yeah, Jada.
Jada Pickett Smith? Is it just Jada Pickett?
I think it's Jada Pickett Smith.
Okay. Miss Pickett Smith, Mrs. Pickett Smith, Will's laughing, she's not. And they cut away and go back to Chris Rock, and then all of a sudden he gets mad. So I don't know if it just took a while for it to
We're
sink
watching
in.
it now with no audio. This is only our audio here. So there he is right there.
Yeah, he's laughing. Now go back though, because look at her face. Okay, right here. Okay, run it. Now look at her face. Watch this. She does this awkward shift. See, she's bothered.
Yes.
So hit pause for a second. I'm not in this exact scenario, but I've been in scenarios where I got the look from Tanya over the years, usually for something warranted that I did.
Right.
And you know that look when you're a husband.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So I think that Will felt like he had to walk up there and do something.
Now it's been very public about their relationship and.
No, he's okay with certain things.
Yeah.
But don't you dare talk about her hair.
And I thought it appeared like he was okay with that. He was laughing hard until the look. And watching these awards, whether it's country music or the ESPYs or the Oscars or the Golden Globes, all this stuff, they always have usually a comedian like Chris Rock or somebody like that.
Going after people.
After people. And
Peyton Manning at the ESPYs, remember? Kevin Durant was so mad at him he couldn't see straight, but he went after everybody.
Yeah, he went after everybody. Yeah. And Chris Rock did the same thing here. And I think there's been a million worse jokes at people.
Yeah.
Now, and I didn't know this at the time, but Jada has the.
She has a disease. Is it alopecia?
Alopecia.
Is that how you pronounce it? Right. And I don't know. Listen, I don't have that, but I'm all about it.
Yeah.
I'm all about it. I mean, listen. Anybody that has any kind of illness, it's a sensitive thing.
Right.
We all get that, right? I mean, I know I get that. Right. You get that, but I just find when you and I were talking on the phone earlier, and I said, you know, the redneck in me thinks, I'm just glad somebody in Hollywood, even though it was the weakest slap I've ever seen by a man who's 6'3", 240 pounds, but I'm just I thought it was funny that somebody actually walked up and did that.
Well, let's put that on pause for a second. She, I got to say this, for a lady with no hair, she's still very pretty.
She's gorgeous.
I
mean, she's
I would certainly
beautiful.
think there's not a lot of people that can not have hair.
She's beautiful.
I mean, you pull it. You know,
well, thank you.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, always has been.
Yeah.
With hair, without hair, it doesn't matter.
Okay, so we determined that Will Smith thought it was really, really funny because he was laughing.
Then he got the look.
He got the look. So then he realized, okay, this is worldwide. This is not just the United States. This is worldwide.
Yeah, worldwide.
Because we got that clip, I think it was in Japan, where it went with no censoring.
Yeah.
In America, it was censored. Immediately, so you couldn't see any of that good stuff that led up to that. But so Will Smith on worldwide television, as you said, talked about, walked up there and slapped. It was, some people thought a punch.
That's not a punch.
But he had that TV he didn't really connect all that well. So that's why it looked like it was not scripted.
Right, but it also, as somebody said to me today, he may have played Muhammad Ali in a movie. He don't know how to throw a punch.
Right.
So
it had that little TV Hollywood, the follow through.
Which does make you wonder, was this scripted or not? But then later on, when he won the award for Best Actor, it was obvious it wasn't scripted. He's up there crying and and all this stuff, remorseful and everything. Which probably didn't play well at home.
It's amazing. On worldwide TV, you can go up and slap somebody, and then a few minutes later get a award for the biggest word of the night, and people cheer for you.
Not everybody could have gotten away with that.
What happens if you just walked up there?
Oh, I'd have been canceled in 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Been done. Been escorted out of the building. I mean, it would have been crazy.
And Chris Rock declined to press charges at this moment in time, but I don't think he would have had the option to even be asked if it was you. If you went up there and did that, you'd been thrown to the ground. I think that they would have just spoken to me, but I think they would have thrown you down to the ground without even talking to him.
I just think this whole thing's so funny. You got all of these self-righteous, entitled celebrities that, think about it, throw themselves in awards ceremony. I mean, this is the same award that Sean Penn threatened to burn all of his Oscars if they didn't invite the president of Ukraine to the Academy Awards. Okay. I mean, I find it all funny, except for the part of Mrs. Smith having a disease she can do nothing about. That everybody's talking about.
Yeah.
I feel bad for her there, but she's owned that. It's not like she crawled in a corner when this happened.
Right.
And I mean, she's obviously a very strong individual, very strong person, very successful. She's beautiful, like we talked about. Well, she doesn't, she doesn't need somebody to fight her fights, I guarantee you. Now, I also told you where I was raised, if somebody says something about your wife like that, you're going to get slapped. Where I'm from, it ain't going to be a slap. You're going to be rolling in the gravel. And I understand that there's a setting and that's the environment, and I get all that.
Yeah.
But there's part of me that goes, yeah, okay. I mean, you can say whatever you want to say.
Right.
But there's consequences for what you say, right? That's been the most popular thing for certain people in this country to say for the last 2 years. All the people getting canceled. You can say what you want to say, but there's consequence. Well, you said something about his wife, whether he thought it was funny or not, something was decided through eye contact that Will needed to do something, and he walked up and did something. Although very weak, he still walked up and did something.
I think knowing you, I think if that happened to you live on national TV, worldwide TV, I think even you would have the resistance to hold back until commercial break or backstage.
Yeah, maybe.
I
don't know.
I think I know.
I don't know that because I don't know that. I mean, the closest thing we could do in real world would be the OBAs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Where we go to these, been on the award banquets, if somebody said something about Tanya, now we got to factor this in too. If I don't know the person that says that, whole different reaction.
Sure, but these have been.
But they all know each other.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, 2 seconds earlier, Chris Rock said, "Jada, I love you, Jada. I hope you win." I mean, he's doing all this stuff.
And to make all the jokes throughout the entire night.
Yeah. So the whole thing, maybe the joke's on all of us. Maybe it was all staged.
It could be.
Maybe it was because that was a weak slap.
Yeah.
And Chris Rock had no human instinct to react to it other than just stand there and be slapped. And to me, that goes against all things. I mean, somebody lays hands on you, right? Mm-hmm. You usually have some kind of physical reaction, emotional reaction.
Even if it's like, oh.
Something.
Even if it's not.
He just immediately started laughing.
Yeah.
Which I'm starting to convince myself this is staged because I don't see any human being do it. Now, I saw the meme today where it showed The Rock, and they had the caption where he said the same thing about looking forward to seeing G.I. Jane 2, and it showed Will Smith standing up and applauding real big.
Because he knew he's 6'3".
He's not going to walk up and do that to The Rock.
Right. Okay, so there's our initial thoughts on the entire situation. Okay.
It's funny.
So here's the question. Team Will, Team Rock?
I can't say a foot in each camp.
Okay. No, you can.
I get why I think Will Smith did it.
Okay.
I think he looked weak. I think he looked stupid. I think he comes out looking the worst out of this deal in public opinion. But if Tanya looks at me like, you're about better get up and do something, I'm getting up and doing something. So I get that on a human level, right? But there's part of me that goes, okay, first of all, you walk all the way up there in front of everybody. See, I think what made him look worse was his screaming afterwards than even the slap, the little. I don't even know if you can call that a real slap, but just the.
I'm gonna turn the. Sorry, I'm gonna turn the audio off.
Yeah, turn the audio, but oh boy, there he's screaming now. And even that looked like him in character when he's acting in movies when he was screaming.
Right.
So I don't know if it's really. I just don't know if this is real or not. But let's think about, we haven't talked about this though. If you're Chris Rock, again, I'm just looking at it through my eyes, where I was raised. Mm-hmm. If a grown man slaps another grown man, and grown man who was slapped has no reaction to it, you're going to be known as something the rest of your life.
Well,
and it's going to be mighty hard to walk the streets of at least Greenwood County, Kansas.
See, in my mind, my macho-ness, my toughness doesn't affect me. Other things.
But we're a different generation too.
Yeah, I agree. But maybe Chris Rock knew he couldn't do nothing about it, probably, honestly.
I don't know. Did you see that slap?
Yeah.
I think it's an even fight.
Well,
just if somebody slaps you, because that's so disrespectful.
Right.
I'd rather get punched than slapped. Mm-hmm. Slapping somebody slaps you, that's like them spitting in your face in my mind. So I would rather have somebody just closed fist just drill me, right? Yeah. At least then he got punched. He got slapped.
Well, the other thing that Chris Rock knew, it was
that's why I'm
on TV and live. No.
Yeah. No, I think that's all a factor. But he had no react. Now maybe Chris Rock is just really passive. He is a stand-up comedian that's a little skinny, that's just funny. He probably wasn't a real physical guy growing up.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that factors into that. But I think most people, most men, at least most men I know, most men that I've talked to today, whether it's true that they feel that way or not, how they would react, what they've all told me is, man, somebody open hand slaps me in front of the world, I'm reacting.
Yeah.
Now, you never know how you're going to react until you're there.
Right.
That's true with anything. But instinctively, if somebody slaps you, if somebody walked up and spit in your face, what would you do?
Yeah, it would.
It'd be on.
It would. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I'm
not the real physical, so I'm not sure.
Well, you'd probably look over at me and say, "Get him, little buddy."
Yeah, I was like.
But my point is that there's certain things that carry a implied degree of disrespect. They're trying to disrespect you with it.
See,
and that's a generational thing too, though.
So my thought, if Chris Rock responded and punched him, or if I countered and punched him back, would I go to jail for?
Who cares? They're multimillionaires. They're going to be there for an hour. They're going to pay a $50 fine, and nobody's going to care.
Yeah, for them. But I'm talking about for me.
You're still going to pay a $50 fine and be there for an hour. Hell, you know everybody at Logan County Jail. They'd let you sit in the sheriff's office.
Well, it would have to happen in Logan County. It can't happen in many other counties. But I don't know how I would react. But I
think it's all about backdrop and setting too.
Yeah.
Because there's a degree of, and not the other thing is they're front and center. They're right there in the front, closest seats you can have, right? Because he's nominated for Best Actor, so he's got one of the best seats. Well, you got to assume, especially if they're a couple, with everything the world's been told about their relationship and how they look at things and what's acceptable to them in a relationship and what's not. I think that, and I'm not judging that. That's between them. They can do what they want, but I find it ironic that he's okay with those kind of things,
right?
But not okay with somebody saying a joke at the Oscars.
Where jokes are
expected.
Yeah.
Especially if you're sitting up front where everybody can see you, you kind of know you're going to be a little bit of a target.
Right.
I mean, and somebody else had joked before him about their open relationship.
Oh,
so that joke
on the broadcast?
Yeah, that joke had implied something.
Okay.
He didn't get up and slap anybody then.
Yeah. He didn't get the look.
So he didn't get the look. But I just think it's all very, I still go back to, I find this whole thing amusing because it's this entitled group of celebrities.
I agree.
That feel like and now listen, we're talking about it, right?
It worked. Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
All press is good press, they say. Mm-hmm. But I just think I thought the reaction was comical of him laughing and then not laughing. Mm-hmm. I thought him strutting up there like he was going to do something, because Chris Rock, he's laughing when he's walking up, so I think he thinks he's going to come up and play fight with him. Right. So when he got slapped, the only thing that makes me think it's real is I don't think he expected to get slapped.
Oh, no, I don't think so either.
Okay?
Yeah.
Weakest slap I've ever seen by adult male in my entire life. I mean, that was horribly weak.
I think we can get...
You got to go the other way. Keep going. There we are, right about there. He's doing the strut right there.
I think I'm going to have to do this.
It's a nice one, okay.
So here's the strut. No, you can leave the volume up for him to do the strut. So watch him strut.
I want people to hear you.
Slap. But notice Chris's left foot didn't even come off the ground. Neither one of his feet. That is the weakest slap by a 230-pound man I've ever seen in my life, which is what makes you almost believe it's staged, right? Or his heart really isn't into it, right?
Right.
He's like, sorry, Chris, I got to do this because Jada looked at me that way. Yeah. But whatever it was, I still, at the end of the day, I find it all comical. All of it, except for the part where, I mean, you should make fun. I mean, it always makes me cringe a little bit when somebody makes fun of something that they cannot control.
Yeah.
That bugs me, just in general. But
I think Will Smith comes off looking horrible. Chris Rock probably overline, but comedians go overline all the time on all their jokes.
But Chris Rock looks really soft to a large percentage of the world right now.
Yeah, I just didn't like how worldwide TV. I can't get past that. Everyone's watching, everyone's going to talk, and man, can you not hold on for like 5 minutes and then during backstage you can just instead of a little weak slap, you can go in there and if that really gets to if that's your way of handling it.
I think it's a bunch of, again, entitled people in a room telling each other how great they are, and that's why I find it humorous, because they kind of upstaged themselves and didn't even plan on it happening.
Yeah.
So I find that funny. But interesting.
It is interesting. That's our 2 cents on.
So you think Chris Rock came out looking better than Will?
Yes.
Do you agree or disagree that Chris Rock also there's a good portion of the world that thinks he's soft as all get out right now?
It's very little I've been on social media. I've been busy all day today. The little I've seen on social media, it's been I've seen both sides, but mostly on the Will Smith and not liking how he handled it. Is what I get. So.
And again, I think if you were like at a club with your wife and somebody did something that you didn't know, his reaction would be, I think a lot of people that are saying you shouldn't have done that would be going, well, yeah, you shouldn't say that's somebody's wife.
But it's the Oscars where
it's a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, you make fun of me every day.
Well, not on worldwide TV.
Well, I mean, the web.
Oh, wait, I mean, that's,
Yeah,
people.
I understand.
So,
Okay.
all right, we're going to exit stage left. Those are our 2 cents.
Work on your slap, Will.
All right.
Little robotic little slap.
Have a good day.